there's something that's clicked with my golf swing, and I want to explain that to you guys today. I want to show you how much of an impact it's having on my swing. And I think if you're someone that is like a right-hander that plays golf left-handed, or a left-hander that plays golf right-handed, there might be some serious value here for you, because I'm only starting to understand what that means for my golf swing at the moment. So let's get to the gym. Bro, it's so hot out here, man.
Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
I got this FM transmitter that just makes me laugh every single time. It's like way too hot for golf today, right? One thing I actually really wish I had was a simulator, like on a day like today, or a launch monitor, just as a minimum, because then I could just get around to golfing and then, you know, kind of just simulate around from home. You can set it up on the Spawnia, which is really interesting. Like, you can get an impact screen that Spawnia provides you with, or you can purchase, sorry. And then you can also, and I got something in my eye. And then you can get a projector and stuff like that. So it's actually really versatile to have one of these Spawnia nets. So I'm looking into that. I would love to go get the bigger Spawnia net. Like, there's an 8-foot version, and the 8-foot version just for a simulator I think will work really well. I don't know if you guys have seen before, but like I was playing golf one day in my garage, and I was hitting flop shots for I don't know what reason, and I was using my 56 degree, and I opened it right up, like it was like completely flat on the ground, and I was trying to flop it into my Spawnia net. I missed the net, or I kind of hit the top of the net and then bounced up, hit the wall at the top left of my of where my net is, right next to the door frame, and there's a little hole in the wall now. So I've got to get that repaired at some point. Done at the gym, man. Just 40 minutes or something like that. Really quick workout. I like to keep them to about that normally. I'm not trying to become Sam Sulek out here. I'm literally just working on the things I need to work on. 4 or 5 real movements, and then I'm out of there. So feel pretty good. Get some food into me. Changed my diet up a little bit, which is a little bit more listening to a little bit more of Eddie Abu. If anyone listens to him, really good nutritional / strength coach. We got rye bread, olive spread, avocado, egg whites, feta with some pepper, and then a home cold brew. Alright, let's work on some putting. Back to basics, pro path. Couple of balls. I've got carpet throughout my house. They're carpet tiles because I got an older dog. And what I like to practice in here is speed control. Now each one of these carpet tiles kind of ends, and I can see a line. And so what I like to do is control my putt to a certain point. It's a cool way to practice. And then by using the Pro Path, I can get some feedback on what my putter head's doing. By the way, busted finger, sliced right through it with a bread knife. We're gonna soldier on. Let's get some swing work in. I am a right-handed, predominantly a right-hander that plays golf left-handed. And I think there's a lot of you out there that do the same, or you might be a lefty playing golf right-handed. This might actually help you as well. But what I've realized is when you're swinging the golf club, right? As a right-hander, and Sam Pete kind of also illustrated this to me, but as a right-hander, because my strong arm is my lead arm, what I'm actually doing is I'm at the point of impact, I'm actually dragging the club and leaving the face wide open because that's my strong arm, right? Whereas the club naturally needs to be able to do that, you know, more or less. That's what it needs to do. Now the challenge is, as a righty, that is a really, really weird feeling. So naturally, this feels really weird. My wrist doesn't naturally move that way. So there's a couple of things I've been doing, which is just taking the club and just with my strong or dominant arm, practicing what the club head wants to do at impact and after impact, and just doing that. And it feels weird. It also is really straining a lot of the muscles in that forearm and wrist, but it's training something that I am already seeing results. And I'm doing the same with this bottom hand. This bottom hand is not as problematic. Like, I don't have an issue with this. Even playing cricket or baseball, softball, you know, in high school, I was always like a bottom-handed hitter. So I don't have a problem with that. What I want to stop doing is letting this wrist lock up at the point of impact and then dragging the club like this. So all I'm doing is then just causing the ball to go right to left in this huge spinny shots. So that was the first thing. So let's hit some shots. Wrist needs to kind of be pointing towards your body. If it's like this, away from your body, so if your wrist is facing the camera, for example, versus your wrist, back of your wrist facing kind of your left leg, my problem is my wrist is generally facing my right leg. Something like that versus something like that. That's what it needs to get to allow to close the club, right? So what I'm actually doing is exaggerating this feeling by cupping my wrist like that before I make impact, taking it to the top of my backswing, and hitting the golf ball like that. It feels really weird, but it's training something different. Now, as I'm going through this, listen to the strikes that I'm making, because there is a huge improvement in this. I mean, I'm not even swinging hard. I promise you that is, I'm hitting them flush. Now, really focus, and there's one more feeling here that I'm looking for as a result of this, right? I think for me, I'm just trying to get my wrist trained to kind of allow that flexibility. So I might need to do some mobility stuff with this. That finger's killing me. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's off the middle of the club. And if I ever feel that right wrist kind of getting in the way, I'm now just taking that bottom hand off and just practicing this right here. I'm just going to hit a couple more here. I've learned so much about my golf swing by just over this last 30 days. It's been crazy, man. So really feeling that stretch through my hamstrings, focused on kind of making that contact. I feel so different. That's huge. That's unlocked something different in my swing. So the other thing that I've done is I've just made my grip a little stronger. And so you'll feel me, my grip is now a little bit more from underneath the club. As I'm closing, I'm really feeling at the top of my backswing, I've got this different lever that I can pull. And the reason I couldn't before was because I was over the top. It was quite a wide, leaving the club face wide open. So if you couple that with being a right-hander and then a weak grip, these are all reasons why my golf swing or my shot shape was, the bad ones were way out to the left. The other feel here is that because I've got this new kind of grip, I'm able to really pull down, put that, pull on the chain. As they say, Sergio Garcia says it a lot, pull the chain, and that's unleashing a whole bunch of power for me. My swing's changed in just the last week. I mean, that is solid strikes, man. So as a right-hander that plays golf lefty, just getting the mobility in that wrist, making sure that I've got a little bit of a stronger grip, and then feeling that I can really, at the top of my grip, I want to feel the club really rest in that part. That's what I'm going for, that part of my hand. And that allows me to really pull on the chain. I mean, that translates so well. Doesn't matter which club. So the only thing I can do there is probably just shut the club head a little bit. I mean, you can hear that, right? That is a huge difference in sound. Day 26. It's a wrap for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. 4 days to go. The results are starting to show. I hope you're enjoying this content. And if you are, make sure to subscribe. Don't forget, golf is hard.